Hello and welcome to episode 9. We are currently sat in Whittlesea. This is our East Coast mainline map, which I'm loving so far. Oh, let's turn those off. Kind of annoying. There we go. Yeah, we're sat in Whittlesea and I've put some buses in because no one was really getting to the station, which, as everybody knows, it's not a big deal because we're not doing any financial mogul stuff. We're just building a representation of a real life route, or routes it should be, because we do have the branch lines in there too. So anyway, this is where we're sat. I'll zoom out a little bit. So now you see we've got the buses heading around Whittlesea, which should help. What I failed to mention last episode is we got buses in, or I might have mentioned it, I don't know. My age might be getting to me. Yeah, we got buses in March too. I want them to, for the routes to be busy. But what we've got planned today might be a little bit tricky. And I'm not entirely confident it's going to go well. So we need... I'm going to head here and we need some trains to get out of the way. I think we're good there. Let's pause it. Right. I think you remember all of this being done in my time-lapse video. If you feel like checking that out, check that out first. Show me building all this up. If not, I'll give you a brief look-see around. It's starting to come together, that's for sure. I also did this off camera, and this wasn't recorded at all. But I've joined up the A1, now runs all the way up to Grantham. There it goes. It's kind of connected to Grantham. It will be connected even further once we swing it round up there. So yeah, that's where we're at. Oh, I've also laid out some roads just here, which will be another time-lapse video because it's going to be a lot of fields. And due to how slow it is currently with laying fields, I feel that's better to have that in a time-lapse video. Otherwise we'll have 8-hour episodes, which no one really wants. Especially my bandwidth for uploading. It would take a week. Probably not that long, but you see what I mean. All right. So this is looking west at Peterborough station. I think you've got an idea of what I'm going to attempt here. We're going to attempt some sort of replica to, I don't know what scale this would be. 1 to 3, 1 to 4 maybe, something like that. But we'll try and fit all the yard in here. I do want to put a freight station around about here and have it active, so we've got some sort of freight drop off there. Yeah, should we have a look what we face today in this episode? It's going to be very tricky. All right, let's switch to Google Maps there. We'll go and have a look. As you can see, this is crazy. What do you reckon, guys? You reckon we can pull this off? I am not going to replicate well, I'm going to replicate a version of it, but not put in 21 tracks in there. That'd be a bit silly. Well, it's not silly. It just on my map it won't fit. Silly was the wrong word, really. It just wouldn't fit. But we are going to put some in, maybe around about 7 tracks there. We'll get a few tracks here. Not sure what I'm going to do with that just yet. And then we're going to try and get all the crossovers in here so the freight can get in and out. Now, no one said anything. I said I said I'll be putting in a freight station. The reason being is this could pass off as a freight station. I know it's more like sidings, but if on our version of the East Coast Main Line, I think we'll go with a freight station just here, and it will continue through. That's what we'll do there to have freight moving in via rail. So that's what we're doing. So let's get zoomed in to a place that we're going to be doing first. Oof. Every time I look at this, I'm just, how am I going to do it? Let's find out. Hopefully it won't be a 3-hour episode. Right, back into the game. Oh, I can't see the map. Got OBS over the top of it. That's no good, is it? Let's sort that out quickly. Right, there we go. So we're going to have to delete these, which will make the game very unhappy. But it has to be done. It makes me unhappy because they're all working. But I think it has to be done. Oh, my tracks. Well, that's it then. We've done it because I've got no idea how to put all those back together. So we're going straight for it. All right. So one thing I did notice, there's kind of a siding coming up here. I think we'll go with this. It's going to be about there-ish. I guess before we start, we'll turn off the overhead wires. We will put them in eventually, closer to the date that they started installing those. I need to zoom in a little bit more. Nope, a bit more. All right. So this is platforms 1 and 2, 3 here. Then we've got, this would be 4, 5, 6, and then 7. Right, and this is the freight avoidance line. So let's, this would be the main line heading towards Grantham. We can have that in. It's going to be pretty much straight. We want to keep these straight for all of the switches that are going to be going on. As anybody who plays this, you will know if you have the slopes even remotely off, it can cause some strange things to happen to your tracks. Now this one is fast that way, and this one will go off here and is the I guess it's literally for that platform. Right, so we'll bring that out a little bit. Now we need to know what we're doing here. This looks like this comes out pretty straight. 2, and these should join eventually. In fact, I want to bring that back a little more, because this slow line, I had it going straight here, but it's not what it does. It joins up with this line. I would imagine it's not too fast either, but should we go for, I think 40 sounds good. This one, they're actually further apart in real life. So I'm going to do that. These also join further up. Told you this would be tricky. So I think we go here, another 40. That's how that pretty much goes. They all kind of merge up here. This one doesn't, however, the new platform 7. It kind of stays wide. And it does curve, but we Oops. Let's make sure that's... But this stays out here. See, I'm not sure what we're going to be doing with these. We're going to have to just keep backing them up. Not too far, just enough for us to know what we're doing with them. Now this is normally curved, so we're going to... Whoop. Oh, don't go straight in there. There we go. Oh. Let's see if shift will work. No, because I want it to lock. There we go. Lock that there. That does go alongside it. And it is heading to the main line, which is correct. In fact, it joins with this line here eventually. Do I want this up further? That's a tough call. Do I want that up further? I think I do. I think I want it to curve around more. Yeah, I think I want that to curve around a lot more. These can continue up. We're happy with these two. Because this is pretty much the up-down that stays relevant up there. As you can see, we've kind of already gone off to where we were, but it needs to be done. We do have a crossover here, which is interesting. I'm guessing this, let's do this one first. This is where the freight line merges. I guess we'll stick with 50. Freight line merges there, it goes into a single track. These two kind of stay away. And this would be kind of like that. Sort of. Okay, this one then drifts off and creates a crossover. Wow, that is just a lot of track to keep track of. Yes, I'll use that sentence. That sounds perfect. I'm getting lost here. Right, that goes... I'll just show you what I'm looking at. See, we've got our station. This is the two that seem to be pretty straightforward and just continue all the way up. What it looks like is, yeah, this one goes out, joins these two that join, and then they cross over with that one going on to the up fast. What a headache. And then we'll have Mayor's Walk going over the top. But let's first try and get this sort of right. This all goes down to a single track with sidings. Yeah, sidings. Okay, so that all goes off to a single track. See what I mean? This crossover. Once we can get this crossover in and I'm happy with it, I think, in fact, I'm fairly confident we'll be able to continue at a better pace after that point. It's this bit. This is getting all the tracks to get to the various stations down here at this point, or get up that way too. Right, back to the game. Hang on. I really shouldn't keep putting OBS on top of everything. Professional at work. So I'm right in saying that might be a double slip swip to go and it just curls around. which will be tricky. Am I right there? I know it looks an odd way of doing this. Is it? Or does it just go to the side and then cross over? I'm putting my money on that it does this and then joins back in. Probably at not too fast a speed either, because you're not going to be picking up speed much that way. And I think this is the whole crossover point here. And then I think we've got it. Oh, come on. I didn't think it would like this. It's an interesting thing. Oh, there we go. I think that's it. I think that's how it is. And I'm not sure that has to be a double slip switch, because it would be a bit silly if it was, because it has the side tracks going. Or there's no need for it to go round into a... No, that would be silly. Right. I think we have it. I think that's how that goes. In fact, I'm confident that's how that goes now. And this, I believe, goes over here. I'm right. Yep. And I know for a fact that's not very fast. I believe it goes over... Oh no. Okay, so that's the fast line. That's slow. Slow drifts off. Ooh. Tricky. Joins up there. Okay, I can see where that is. And then this one does indeed go across. But interestingly, not how I thought it would. Which means this must not be a double line. Should we go back to the map? This is how it's going to be. I told you it was going to be tricky. I'm going to go back to the map. See, there we go. That outside line. Okay, so it splits there. And it does come off this line here to platform 3. And then it joins there, which I guess is continues to be the third track, and also allowing entrance into the yards. And if we keep going, it's going to be the third track, isn't it, of our 3 then it got... Yes. Oh. I think we got it. Definitely got it. Alright, back to the game. Oh, this is challenge. Now, so I figured all that out, and then I completely forgot what I said. Good job, me. Oh dear. Right. This is the third track. Yes, that is the third track. This is going to go and head this way to a nice junction area, pretty much there. We can't really replicate that to scale because of what we have to do, but we can go there. This then splits off to there. 35 should be fine. That's it. That's the one. Perfect. We have got it. And then these go straight up here. These continue straight there. So we need to make sure we get our bridge in. This can continue straight that way. This will be technically this line here where my mouse is. So it's going to slowly head up that way. And then the rest are, from what I can see here, the rest are sidings. So it would be like coming out there. And we're going to run parallel with that, and we're going to come down here, and then this is going to be the siding that I was talking about that goes up here. Like that. It's going to make a mess of the lovely bushes we had there. And then that splits there. There we go. We have that. Now the sidings we're going to have to cut down a bit, but this bit here, to get to all the tracks, I wanted to keep pretty identical. I think that's fairly identical, isn't it? I think we've got that. And by think, I mean absolutely confident. So confident, I am going to have a drink of tea. Delicious. Celebratory tea. Right. We're going to have to back these up quite a way. I'm not even sure that's going to be right there. If you've been watching Nick Brad's video, you'll know he went crazy with this Peterborough sidings thing up here in Peterborough Yard. And the way I'm looking at this right now, I think I'm going to join him. But I'm going to try not to. It did look good though, I must admit. His sidings do look good. I did link to it in the last video. I'll put another link to his channel in the comments of this video, this episode too. So we're 22 minutes in, and I've done that. Proud of me? I have not got very far, have I? Right, I think we're safe to send this right up now. I think we can go for it. Get this connected back up in some sort of fashion. I think I'm going to move this crossover here. I'm going to move this whole thing. I don't want to put it in yet. It's going to be somewhere around there, but I don't want to be trying to squeeze it into something that's would make the rest of the line awkward to do. But I can go round here, and we've got a good speed. Oh, there was a delay in some of my videos going up, and the reason was I was getting a lot of blue screens while rendering and while net this up. While rendering and uploading, believe it or not. And the blue screen error was management, memory management. And that, for those that don't know, and for those that do know, is either your hard drive or your memory. Now, I've got a new computer, and it's got obviously new memory, new CPU. Well, not a new computer, I just brought the motherboard, memory, and what else did I buy? Obviously a graphics card, but that was kind of on the previous build. Looks good. So that'd be CPU, memory, motherboard. And at first I thought, oh no, I've got dud memory. As it turns out, it was the hard drive. It was 7 years old, and I've just started rendering to it. For anyone that renders knows that rendering videos does stress your hardware quite a bit, and I think I pushed it to its limits. So I changed out the hard drive. I got a bigger one too, so that'll help. And touch wood, fingers crossed, whatever you believe in, it's been okay. And after saying that, I'm going to save this because that's how confident I am. Let's save it on the backup first because, yeah, it just makes you a little nervous for a while afterwards. And that's why I had some issues uploading. But anyway, I think I've got it sorted. Fingers crossed again. Now, hopefully we can crack on with this. So these sidings are very interesting and they go everywhere. Spaghetti junction. We need to I'll take you along with me for the ride here. We're just gonna try and get this splitting off here up to there. So we've got kind of 3 tracks going that way, which eventually turn into this massiveness here and then curl back round that way. I will not hold back when I say kind of regretting starting this as an episode, and maybe I should have time-lapsed it because I just noticed we have this here and then we have this here. I guess that's to get into the yard. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense, actually. All right, so maybe we'll put those in and then we'll kind of know where we're heading. And if we're going to need to do it closer. If we go here, and imagine if they're yard switches, they're not going to be overly fast, are they? And then I guess it bridges out to here. I think 40 is going to be fast enough. So that's how any of these trains would get across. I don't know what happens about here. I can't see. No, I think we... Oh, I didn't switch back. I'll show you in a second. While you're looking at that, you can tell me if I was right. Let's switch back. Right. I just did this. Apologies for that. And while you was looking at that map, you can tell me whether that's about right in the comments below. I think we're good. We're good. What we're going to do with this, obviously you've had a good look at the map, so you've probably got a better idea than I have at the moment. I think we're going to head out that way. We're going to put a freight station in here somewhere. Obviously it's going to have to be after the yards. I guess we're going to have to go out really early to this yard here, where the train wash is. The train wash will be about where my mouse is now. Because we're going to have to condense this quite a lot. And probably cheat a little bit. So if we'd go like that with 30 with a switch here, double slip switch, and then this is where that other yard will be, sidings going up there. Like I said, we're going to have to improvise a lot here. And then if we change that, it gives you quite a bit of access that way. And we can get up there and back forth. Okay. We're going to use these for this. I'm going to have a quick look at the map. See if it curls. It does kind of curve around. And then goes out into the train wash that way. So what we'll do, make sure we're flat here. We're gonna want all of this, that color, that speed track. And I want it to kind of cross over like that too. If that looks so, it doesn't look great, but we'll tidy it up. like so. There we go. So this, not happy with that. Let's get rid of that. Go like that instead. And straight. Then go straight. Round. Kind of like that it's higher. Because I want it to be flat. These are going to be much smaller than in real life. And with slightly less tracks. But hopefully it'll be a half decent representation of what we're looking for. And then this would be the train wash coming around like that. Which would run to there, and then would reverse back to any of those, and then out again. This is going to be our other crazy one, which is going to turn into a majillion tracks. They're all going to have to be flat, because that's just a little... But we're not going to have nearly as many tracks as there are, because you just won't fit it in. This road doesn't have to be here, so we don't need to worry about that. And this isn't going to be technically functional either. What we got now? 4? One more and I think we're good. Because then we've got to bring these all back in. And we're going to have to move this road. And put this further down. Excuse me. Okay. Now the freight station can kind of go there. We can have a road going over where this would... Get rid of that and that. That's probably too long. I would love it to be to scale, but I just can't see us getting there. I'll just go a quick look at the map again. Okay. Is this going to work? Probably not. We're going to go up there a bit. On that side. Oh, how's this going to work? Maybe if we bring it over and then around. Not the prettiest. But we're certainly not entering any track beauty contests right now. As we would not win, would we? At all. Okay. I think we're good. And then this would be the excessively long, but not too long, run off there. This is going to be our freight here. So let's get a freight station. Save it first. We get a freight station. Get that round like that. Nope, don't want any of the overhead wires. Thank you very much. Catenary. Don't want. Do we want a second? No, we don't. I guess just a basic one will do. And we might have to go full length, and we're definitely going to have to not curve it that way. Curve it that way. In order to get this to work. Get it a bit like that. I think we can do this. Do we want to? That's the question. I think that would work, actually. In fact, that will work. Providing that's going to be okay there. All right, let's run that. It's a bit, oh, wrong one. It's going to be a bit wobbly, but it's never going to, or shouldn't be doing that speed here. Now let's make sure we can see, we can get back on here. But wouldn't we prefer it? Because this is supposed to be going in here. Oh dear. That ain't going to work, is it? I'm going to have to condense this further. Not that. I like that. I'm going to have to condense this much further. Sorry. So as slow as you can get across there. And then maybe, yeah, maybe you just scoot up there. We're improvising. Yes, because these could be double slip, but I don't think they should. I don't think that's what we should do. I think we should do this if possible. I know we've gone away from the plan here, but I'm feeling this is right for what we want, because it doesn't technically exist. This whole way of getting across it. I mean, this bit doesn't matter. It's purely for aesthetic, because we're not going to use this. So yes, I like that. And then obviously we're going to need a way over here. Some of these are not functional switches, but they would make sense. Like that. And then we want this one to go this way and round. And I kind of want that to go back in there. Yeah. And then I don't think we're getting in there. So I'm going to go like that. I want these to go any way and use them as reversing points. Obviously this is where we're going to connect into the main line this way. Can we do it? That's the question. Can we do it before that junction? I think so. And here we're going to just split off like so. Now that's a bad place for some signals now, which I knew was going to happen eventually. But it's good enough to move these, because these are that way. Another one that way there. That's definitely one way. This wouldn't technically be one way. And now we've got to try and swing out to... God, this is going to be awkward. Technically got to swing out to Spalding, which is... This one's facing that way. Since we've got the lights there, we don't want to go too slow here. Although I think in real life they're not that fast either. We're going to ruin this. That's going to have to move. To be fair, we haven't really done any work other than a house. I kind of knew this was going to all have to be juggled around anyway. But this would then be... Make that 60. Like that. Is that right? This is the up. Onto the up. Yeah, you don't want to be crossing. You don't want to be crossing anywhere over there. Because that can all be done. Ooh, what happened there? Jumped a mile forward. That can all be done. If you're coming on this line, you can get everywhere except over to that line. Perhaps, because that's the fast line, you wouldn't want that. Perhaps we have a line there that just scoots around. Remember, this is a fast line that way. You're not really going to need that, but we're going to have it in there. All right, I think we've got this. In fact, we have got this. No thinking involved. Like I said, not perfect, but representative. Now what we can do, I want this as a... I actually want this as a town road eventually. Wouldn't it have been heartbreaking if you do all that and then this doesn't work? I laugh, but it could have happened. We don't want anything fancy there. Nothing fancy at all. Probably, yeah, probably just still have the lights on there for maybe traffic lights with no barriers. Is that possible? Don't think so. Maybe just that then. I feel like lights are a good thing to have there of some sort. Not barriers, but lights do feel like a good thing. What do we have? Those lights? Not those. I feel like those are the way to go. It's never going to be used really. But we'll put them in. And then this should be... No. Yeah. Let's not put a harbour in. That would make no sense. But let's put... I don't think we're going to need a big... Oh, we might because it's Peterborough State. Can it fit? If we shift that round a bit, I think that would be spot on. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Get some smoothing in. I can't believe that has taken me 43 minutes, guys. I did say it would be tricky, but I didn't expect it to be that long. We're almost finished. And then I can go away and make it pretty. Next episode, I think we're good. Next episode, we'll finish off the portal north of Grantham, and then we have a fully functioning East Coast Main Line all the way to King's Cross from the Newark portal as well. I like this. We do need to put this crossing back in. Do you think there's good? I think so. I mean, it'll be a nightmare, but it would kind of work. Because either way, you're going to have to wait for a lot of... Oh, it's this side of it though, isn't it? Let's go there, perhaps. And swing that round. Straight, please. Swing that round. Go there. Change these. Just for now, it's right near there. But we'll do something fancy with it in the future. We never did get Mayor's Walk in, did we? Kind of be there. Do you want to do that before we finish. We've got 45 minutes on the clock. We have this back in. It's not very nice. Not as nice as... Well, it wasn't really that beautiful to begin with because I'd never touched it. Except for putting a little building there. So let's put in... What are we going for? That. And... Be nice if these were on a scroll bar, but I don't even know whether that's possible with the current add-on API. Put that in. Let's throw our little house back down there, shall we? Feel lost without it. Oh, I saw it then. Is it here? No. It's the benches, I believe. I believed wrong. Track assets. Where are you? Here they are. This is what I used. It's a keeper's house. And what texture was it? That one was... Oh, that one's nice. Yeah, let's have that. Let's make it a bit wider. There we go. I'll just put it there for now. There. Yeah. We need to fit Mayor's Walk in at some point. And there's nice gaps in the track here to hopefully get some struts of the bridges going on. And that leaves us a lot of room for that road. This is going to need connecting up before the game starts yelling at me. I think Mayor's Walk technically has to go across here, but I'm going to have a little think about that and whether it's going to be possible. I feel it will be. Got that. Yeah. So there we have it. Peterborough Station looking extremely crazy like it does in real life. On the west side, get some signalling going because we do have active trains on here. These do actually have signals this side. Oddly. Doubtfully ever used, but these will be. Obviously that will be. Not sure about the freight one. Possibly. The freight's going to be tricky to replicate. We are going to need a crossover here, aren't we, as well? I think that's up there. Like that. Otherwise, we're going to have problems. There we go. Now, we'll put a two-way one there. We'll change these. This is definitely one-way. And these are all two-way. Oh, we need some down here too. For the Spalding trains, pretty sure they come in there. And also any pass-through trains. Yeah, there we have it. I feel like we need some more signalling going on back here. That's definitely one way. That would be a clearing block one way. Because they've become quite short signals by this point. As you're leaving and entering Peterborough, because you need to get as many trains moving and as smoothly as possible. What? Oh, do you know what we forgot? This one here has to be in. And that's going to be one way blocking. That's definitely one way releasing. We'll have another releasing signal here. I know they're not technically, but we try and improvise a little bit. And then we're going to need there and there. hopefully we still have... Oh, we're missing a... Oh, no, we're not. We're going to sit down there. Staggered. Do we have one? No, don't need one there. They're staggered. Don't need him there. Or there. I think that's enough blocking over there. A lot of this is fake, remember, so it would all be guided anyway. Right. How do the trains like that? We don't. No, yeah, you do. You like it. Yeah. Actually, I think that works a lot better because these don't share a line. Oh, that's perfect. I am happy that all these trains are here as well. Yes. That was a good episode. Well, I leave you to judge whether it was a good episode. I feel like I've accomplished something though, because that yard... It's not that it looks great now, like detailing wise, but that's a lot of track to get right. Or nearly right. I mean, you get it. This is that, and there, and then you got this, and the train wash here, sidings over here. Just these bits are not quite accurate because we wanted this freight station in so it's active. And notice it can go up to Spalding too. Can it? No, it can't. It can't reverse back out to Spalding. Awkward. Oh, maybe we can do something that doesn't exist, which is let it scoot up like that. I think that will work. Then it can go up and cross back over. Yes. I've got to do some smoothing before I leave you guys. I think this is another hour episode by the time I'm done. Almost. I had a feeling it might be. I have actually been dreading doing that. Not dreading. Dreading's the wrong word. I don't know what word to use for that. Wasn't dreading. Wasn't really excited. Somewhere in between. There is a word for it, and yet my brain is failing me terribly. So if you can think of that word, leave a comment down below and I'll use it in the next episode. And until then, everybody, take care. Let's play it, shall we?